You now tuned in to the Gumptown Podcast. I'm your boy Doug B. We ain't got nothing to talk about, but we got something to talk about. Let's go. Good people, good people, good people. Welcome back to the Gumptown Podcast, episode 18. I'm your boy Doug B. If you tuned in to this podcast, thank you for your time and your attention. I really appreciate you giving this podcast a shot. Today's guest, I met Alicia back at Georgia Washington Junior High School, home of the Wildcats. If you know, you know. She's just always been cool people. I'm excited for this conversation. I'm excited to hear her story. She is the founder and owner of Pretty Muscle Fitness, and I'm pretty sure you all will be inspired by her story. Let's give a warm Gumptown round of applause for Alicia Andrews. Alicia, how's it going?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
All is well, all is well. First things first, I want to thank you for taking time out of your schedule to chop it up with me. I really appreciate it.
No problem. Thanks for asking.
No problem, no problem. So, for the people who don't know who Alicia Andrews is, tell them a little bit of your story, where you from and how you got to where you are now.
Well, I'm from Montgomery, Alabama, of course, born and raised, the Gump. I went to JD and Lee, of course, George Washington, like you said in your intro. Graduated '06. Just working and living life. I have a daughter, and I run a business. I have a business in Montgomery.
Awesome, awesome. So let's talk a little bit more about your business, Pretty Muscle Fitness. What products and services are you offering over there?
Of course, I have a variety of fitness programs. I have a meal prep service, and I also I launched a BCAA supplement last year during the summer, and I just started a catering service as well.
Wow, you're doing it all. So you helping clients get in shape in the gym and in the kitchen. Good stuff.
Yes, I do it all.
Nah, that's great. That's great. So in the midst of this pandemic that's been going on for almost 2 years, has that affected your business in a negative way? Have you been able to stay afloat? How has the pandemic affected your business?
The pandemic actually helped my business. It skyrocketed when everything went on lockdown, actually, because people wanted, I'm a concierge trainer. So I go to people's homes and stuff like that. So me having equipment and being able to go to clients' houses, it worked out really good for me, as well as the meal prep. You know, you can't really go anywhere to get anything. So I already had everything handled. So it made it easier for me. Things really, really skyrocketed during the pandemic.
Wow, that's great news. And it sounds like what you just broke down, you already prepared. Like,
yeah.
Of course, we didn't know a pandemic was going to happen, but you already had the tools and everything in place. So when it did happen, you didn't take any hits. You said you actually skyrocketed. Nah, that's good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. It worked out in my favor.
Cool, cool, cool. So whenever I have entrepreneurs on the platform like yourself, I always like to cover 3 things: aha moment, action, and audacity. Let's start with the aha moment. What sparked the idea to start the company?
Well, I've always had a passion for working out, but what really got me was after I did a bodybuilding show in 2012. After that, God gave me the name Pretty Muscle, and it took me a while to really get it started, because I was kind of off and on for a few years. But in 2019 is when I actually launched the business, and I left my job and everything, and I just started full time, and I've been going ever since. So that's what really did it for me. Yeah. Everybody came to me for help, so I was willing to want to help. And also, Pretty Muscle is a fitness ministry for women. The training part is for women, women that deal with low self-esteem. And, the trend now is to go and have cosmetic surgery. Everybody want a big booty and a small waist. Nobody wants to be healthy. They just want to look good. They don't want to feel good, So the ministry is about teaching women how to accept and love themselves the way God has created them. So of course you're going to work out and look good, but you're going to feel good too, because, a lot of times we get all this work done and we get this thin waist and this big booty, but we still feeling less than, we still not respecting ourselves. So that's what Pretty Muscle is all about.
Nice. No, that's great. So it sounds like, and correct me if I'm wrong, it sounds like the ministry portion is more so mindset training.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
That's great. That's great because like you said, to your point, a lot of times we put in all this work to get physically fit, and our self esteem is still, rock
Mm-hmm.
bottom. So it's good that you have that ministry, and you're not only helping women get in the best shape of their life physically, but it sounds like mentally you're helping them get there too. Awesome.
Yes, it's mind, body, and spirit fitness ministry.
Nah, that's great stuff. That's great stuff.
Yeah.
And okay, awesome. So the next thing I want to talk about is just action. How long did it take you to get from idea to business? And it sounds like you got the idea in 2012 and you got started in 2019. And I commend you for getting started because a lot of times people get stuck at the idea. So at least
Mhm.
you saw it through and got started. I commend you for getting started. Is there anything else you want to add to? So what happened along the way? Um, aside from the idea until you actually started the business, like outside of the
Mhm.
competition and people asking you for help, were there any other significant events that happened along the way?
Just me, just my personal journey of being healthy. I've never been really big, but when I got to 150, 155 pounds, I wasn't happy there. Of course, everybody else like, oh, you thick, you look good, it looks good on you. But I know for me, it wasn't enough. And I knew I needed to do something. I need to get off my butt. I've never really ate bad, but I wasn't working out like I should. So when I got back in the gym years ago, I stayed on it. So I'm really, really hard on myself because I know what I expect out of myself and I make sure I work hard to stay there. Um, so I just had to be self-motivated, just enough to just keep myself in shape and keep myself healthy. And to also not just that, but just mentally staying in a positive mindset, not accepting any and everything from any and everybody, and just really like being that role model for myself first, respecting myself and doing things the way it should be done so that I can help somebody else.
No, that's great. You put yourself first before.
Yeah.
Now you put yourself first, and
Mm-hmm.
that's really powerful. And a lot of times well, at least I at least from just my own experience, people call that being selfish, but you have to put yourself first. It's
Yes.
really best for everybody around you when you put yourself first because ultimately, if you always giving, 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 and you're not loving yourself, you get burnt out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And if you can't help yourself, you can't help nobody else. Once you've given all to everybody else, you don't have nothing left for yourself. So it's good to take care of yourself, get your glass full, and then you can pour over and help somebody else's. So I had to work on me and I'm still working on me, but I'm in a way much, much better place than I was a few years ago. So now I'm able to extend help out to somebody else. So I don't mind, people inbox me or want to talk. I'm there. If you want to work out, I'm there because that's just what I do, you know.
Yeah.
So it starts with yourself first.
Yep. And that's great. You had that awareness to know you needed to work on yourself and get yourself to a place before you could help anybody else. No, that's
Mm-hmm.
awesome. And more people should adopt that mindset because it's so easy. Like you said earlier, it's so easy to give away all yourself and have nothing left for yourself. So
Yeah.
nah, good stuff. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
No problem. No problem. The last portion I want to cover is audacity. It takes courage and audacity to step out there and start your own. Who or what gave you the courage, the audacity to step out there and start your own business?
Oh my goodness. Where I was working at the time, um, I've worked different jobs, of course, since I've graduated. I've been in school, but I was never really happy with that. There was just always something missing. And I knew I wanted more for myself. I just didn't want to be sitting in the office all day working. Yeah, you make good money or whatever, but still it wasn't enough for me. So I knew I had to step out at some point. But for me, it was really hard because that's all you have. Like once you step out, you have to make it work. It's either swim or sink.
Mhm.
And I had like a little issue with confidence and as far as running a business or doing something like that, it took a long time for me to get there, but now I'm here, but it was just a drive in me knowing that I wanted better and I wanted something more. I wanted to make a difference in somebody else's life. So that's what Pretty Muscle came about. It's helping women out any way I can. It's the cooking, the because I do the personal chef stuff too and the catering. It's all about giving back and making someone else happy and doing something special for them. So I guess it was just me just wanting more for myself, knowing that I never wanted to just give up and just settle for just anything, but I wanted to just really reach for the stars.
That's great. That's powerful. And you were in a job that you realized it wasn't fulfilling you, and you knew you wanted more. So
Yeah.
you stepped out there, and honestly, that is so awesome because a lot of times people don't even people don't people don't think they deserve to step out there and go after it. And at least
Hmm.
you had enough awareness and you knew you deserved it. So you stepped out there, and I know it was scary. I know it was one of them things like, man, and you got that you have that 9 to 5 blanket. It's comfortable. It's great.
Oh
And don't get me
yeah.
wrong. I still work a 9 to 5 for now. So I know
Hmm.
that feeling. You got that security, but
Oh yeah.
now that you stepped out there, can you put into words the peace that you feel knowing that you control your time and your money?
Oh my God, I cannot. It's just a great feeling. It's like I'm really doing this. That's all I can say. But it's a really good feeling. And eventually I will go back to work because now I've started a second business, of course, within Pretty Muscle, the catering. And that's going to take way more money than it took for personal training. You know, you could always train a person without equipment and all that kind of stuff. You can make a way, but I know I'm going to need to make sure I have funds for the other stuff too as well. But I don't mind working. That wasn't the issue. But I'm glad that I did that. I needed that because it put me on my feet, you know? Like it
Right.
really made me step my game up and just get it done.
Right. No, that's
So
awesome. It sounds like right now you are a one woman army over there, Pretty Muscle Fitness.
I am. Yes, I am. And I'm tired, but I'm doing it.
Nah, no doubt.
All
You
kind
tired,
of
but you're
sleep I'm
doing it.
missing.
You tired, but you're doing it anyway. Like that's the most important part. Like tired and all, you're doing it anyway. Which leads me into my next question about what's the vision? What's the long term vision for the company? You looking to eventually hire employees or
Oh
what's the
yeah.
long term vision for Pretty Muscle Fitness?
The expand, of course. I really would like to have a building for Pretty Muscle Fitness.
Mhm.
Right now I'm concierge, but I would like to have a building, of course. And then I'm catering now too, so I would like to add on a team as well with that. So we'll see how things go, but I do have big plans for Pretty Muscle, especially in the new year coming up. So it's gonna be cool.
Awesome. Nah, that's
Yeah.
great stuff. That's a great vision. You want to expand your team. You want to get into a physical location. And hey, I'm here to
Hmm.
tell you, if you keep going, you'll get that plus more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. So as we wind down this interview, I want to talk about the Gump. I started this platform because I wanted to shed light on Montgomery. I wanted to talk about the greatness that comes from Montgomery or came through Montgomery, whether that was just to come through here to go to college. I know you being from here, I wanted to ask you, so what what does the Gump mean to you in terms of how has it helped you evolve as a entrepreneur and a mother?
The Gump has helped me a lot. For one thing, I'm from here and I'm gonna always be down for where I'm from. I mean, I can't resist that, you know.
Right.
But and I'm a country girl as well. But I guess the fact that, you know, we don't have a lot, there's so much work that needs to be done here.
Mhm.
We can't just always take our gifts and our talents and our skills and take them somewhere else where there are already 1,000 other, you know, businesses the same, but make a difference where you are. And if you want to leave and expand and put it in another place, cool. But I think it's important that we build up, bring great things right here in the Gump. I think that's important. We can't always just take what we have and just leave. But sometimes it's good to just kind of, you know, set examples here where we are so that our kids and all that kind of stuff can have an example, to lead after. And they can be like, okay, you know what? My mom, my dad did that. So maybe I can do it. Maybe I can pave a way. So I just really want to make a difference. I want to bring something different here. Everybody has gyms and personal training studios. Everybody's doing the catering thing, cooking and stuff, but there's just something a little bit different about mine that I bring, and that's what I want to spread all over Montgomery. It's just something different about it, and everybody's not doing the ministry thing. Some people are all for themselves, and I want to help other people, especially women, because we are really drowning out here. I'm just gonna be honest. Like we're really doing the most, and we need to get it together. We need to get it together for our men, for the good men. We need that. So I want to help as many women as I can get their head on straight. So it's important that we build up where we are. And if you know we want to branch out, but get it started here first. Get it started at home.
Wow. Which everything you just said is powerful and spot on. And to be honest with you, I agree 100%. And
Mhm.
we, Montgomery, is a lot of greatness here. Like you just said, we always leaving and going
Mhm.
to, I ain't gonna, yeah, well, yeah, we always leaving and going to Atlanta.
Yep, it's true. We do. That's the first place we go to. And now they're going to Texas and everywhere. Like,
Right.
what about here? If
Yeah.
you can take over where you are, you can take over anywhere in the world. You ain't got to leave to take over. Take over where you are. Make a name for yourself where you are, so they can be proud of you and happy for you. And they can't say that you're a traitor and you done did this and you done did that. But make a difference where you are, and then expand. That's what I want to do.
Nah, that's what you're doing. I agree. Like I agree
Yeah.
100%. That's what it's all about, honestly, starting where you are because a lot of times, some people, I mean, I get it. I get it, but I don't get it. Like people say, well, I had to leave Montgomery to take off to the next level. And I argue that because I'm always on the side of you are always great. You just
Yeah.
were afraid to step out there and be the first to do it because you didn't want
Yeah.
nobody laughing at you. So you didn't want nobody.
Yep. Yep. Because we are hard. We hard on each other. We hard on our people at home.
We are.
And that's messed up, but we need to do better. But somebody got to step up and do it anyway. So I'm so
Yeah.
glad that you have started this podcast. We need this. We need somebody that loves the Gump, that ain't talking down on us, but we need somebody that's gonna love and appreciate it and really build something here. I really appreciate you for doing this.
Thank you. I appreciate those words. And that's what it's all about. Seriously. Like it's all about putting Montgomery on the map and not I mean, don't get me wrong, it's Montgomery has a lot of room for improvement, but what city doesn't? Like
Right.
we're not the worst city in the world.
Exactly.
Cool. Nah, that's awesome. That's awesome. So how can the people connect with you, Alicia? What are your social media handles? Facebook and IG?
Yes, I have Facebook, of course. You can put in the search bar, Pretty Muscle Fitness. I have a website, prettymusclefitness.com, and you can reach me on IG. That's pretty_muscle.
Awesome. And of course, I'll put all of this in the description of the episode. Hey, Alicia,
Okay.
thank you again for taking time out of your schedule. This has been a great conversation, and I really appreciate you taking time.
No problem. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Good people, that concludes another dope episode of the Gumtown Podcast. We gone, but before we leave, remember, be blessed, be safe, but most importantly, have the audacity to be you. Gone. Thanks again for tuning in. I appreciate your time and your attention. Until next time.